Hey YouTube world, so I'm back at it again with another movie review after, I know, it seems like a lifetime, but yeah, the movie I'm reviewing is actually not up to par with most of the films I've covered so far, and it's not really as well known, to be honest. It's from 1999, it's a romantic comedy film, quote unquote, called Never Been Kissed. It sort of fits into the whole high school romance comedy drama niche. Um, Film stars Drew Barrymore as Josie Geller, who's an editor for the Chicago Sun-Times, who, through an assignment, is sent undercover to a local high school to do a story for Chicago Sun-Times. Also starring are Michael Vartan as Sam, uh, who, by the way, bears an uncanny resemblance to today's David Muir of ABC News at the time this film was released. If you watch this movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. As her high school teacher who falls in love with Josie. David Arquette is also in the film, portraying Josie's baseball-playing brother, who's fallen on hard times and agrees to also go undercover back at the high school to help his sister out. Lily Sobieski, hope I'm saying her name right, but probably not, also features as a girl who befriends the outside Josie when she arrives at the high school. This is also James Franco's film debut. Like I said earlier, basically the movie is just about Josie, the newspaper editor turned undercover reporter, who infiltrates a local high school to get a juicy story. Little does she know that she will have to fully take on the persona of a high school student. Even though she is 25, she has bad memories of the first time she went through high school that resurface and play out right in front of her very eyes until her baseball playing hero brother steps in to also go undercover and prop her up as popular to make her story easier to write, or for the information to be easier to get to write. Complications ensue, of course, when Josie develops a relationship with Sam, her teacher, and another high school boy who resembles someone she had a crush on nearly 10 years earlier, the first time she went to high school. She ends up going to the prom and becoming homecoming queen. She blows her cover, however, and finishes writing the story slash proposal for Sam. Will he meet her on the baseball field so she can have that first kiss she's always longed for? Well, he does. Everyone lives happily ever after. Well, that was just a snapshot of things, but obviously there is a lot more to this movie than just that. But I'll just note on some of the highlights and inconsistencies for y'all. For starters, it doesn't have great reviews. It's got 57% on Rotten Tomatoes, apparently, with the consensus that the film is bland, unoriginal, and adds little new to the high school romance genre. So, sure, the movie's not great, but it definitely has its perks. I'll give credit to Drew Barrymore. Her acting wasn't perfect in the film, and part of that can be blamed on the subpar script. However, she proved why she was the darling of cinema in the late 90s to early 2000s, with her heartwarming performance that at times feels pretty down to earth and genuine. Apart from an average script which weighed her down, I thought visually she performed very well. I'll also give major credit to Lily Sobieski. Again, may not be pronouncing her name right, who, in my opinion, is the only main actress who actually nails the role of an actual high schooler perfectly. She looks it, she acts it. She was dynamite in this film, and it's sort of a shame she cut her movie career short. The general message of the film, one of acceptance and that of the golden rule, is a good one. That even if you feel stuck in life, with a little effort, you can turn things around. The film's message really spoke to me in volumes as well, and I found myself nodding in agreement to much of what was portrayed in the film's high school. High school hasn't really changed much over the decades, and I can speak from firsthand since I haven't been out of high school but about 2 years. Now for the detractors, of course. Boy, there were many, too many to name. As I said, laughable script at times, especially reared its ugly head during the first half of the movie. Lots of times I cringed. Um, the movie is listed as a comedy, but I could count on my fingers the time I actually laughed out loud. Very predictable, boring dialogue. Choice of music was alright, but early on in the film, when "Died in Your Arms Tonight" by Cutting Crew started playing, when Josie looked into this guy's eyes, really felt forced. And let's be honest, how many times have we seen that song used before for the same situations? I mean, it's like using "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend" uh, uh, for other similar scenes. So, it's not really needed. I also found out this movie may have inspired some of the opening dialogue of an early season episode of SpongeBob. And again, for those who watch the movie, and you go back and see what I mean. Uh, and that Katy Perry got some of her nerd look for uh, God, the music video last Friday night. Yeah, TGI may have come. That inspiration may have come from this movie too, and that somebody involved with this movie really loves coleslaw. Now that was pretty funny. Some of the relationships felt a bit creepy and unnatural as well, with the whole like 25 aged with 15, 16, 17-year olds having a crush on them. Um, Luckily, nothing extremely crossed the line. So there was even a song in this movie whose lyrics literally went this way: 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 times 3 equals 9, etc. Yeah, really cringeworthy there. One other note: this movie was directed by Raja Gosnell. I know I'm not pronouncing his name right. Who has had a pretty infamous directorial career in the eyes of critics. So overall, I think this movie could have been good or even great with a better script, different casting choices, and more stellar acting from all those involved. The message is great, and the second half I enjoyed more than the first half, but that's not enough to make up for all of the other detractors. I'd agree with critics here and give the film a 2.5 out of 4 stars. Well, no, scratch that, only 2 stars. Would be less than that if the message wasn't good and the ending wasn't better. And one more note. I really like the ending credits with the contributors' pictures displayed beside their names, like in high school yearbook type status, whatever. Anyway, guys, you can tell me what you thought of the movie in the comments section and or suggest future films you think I would enjoy reviewing. Yeah, that's about it, guys. So long for now. I'll be back at it with another review soon. And yeah.